YouTubers and Zoomers. We're going to do something really different with some props and some things that you have around the house. You can use a step stool instead of the chair. And I like to put, because I don't want you guys to slip, put the chair or the step stool on the mat. So if you've got your comfy chair, you can sit back, and we're going to wake up our feet because today is going to be all about balancing, all kinds of balancing on the floor, using the chair, or the wall, you name it, we're going to try to do it. But one of the key things, I want you to take your fist, I want you to pound your feet. One of the key things around balance is to actually have very wide awake feet. So I'd like you to pound the bottom, and you know, your feet really enjoy this. Well, my feet enjoy it. And then take your hand, you're cupping your hand, and you're going to give your foot a high five. And you're going to make as loud a noise as you possibly can in the arch of your foot. Nice. Ow. And then you're going to take your fingers and you're going to massage the tops of your feet into those bones. I did a walk today, so I'm feeling a little bit of that. Yes. And then you're going to take your fingers, so you're massaging the top, the shoelace side of your feet. I hope you can see me. And then you're going to take your fingers. You could be doing this seated if that's what you want, but the chair is here. I thought it would be fun to do it with the chair. Weave your fingers between your toes, but do it gently. Now I want you to squish your toes towards your fingers and your fingers towards your toes. Nice. And then I want you to snap them away. Then bring that foot down onto the floor and just take a moment. You could just, even if just seated, you can close your eyes and feel the difference between the left and the right foot. And the difference really travels up your leg. And so you can imagine that if you have a foot that's awake, your balance is going to be so much better. So let's do that other leg. Oh, I'm thinking the pink is really good with this whole background here. So take your fist, pound the bottom, not the arch, that would be too hard, but the heel, it would be too sensitive, but along the edge and into the pad of your toes. Yeah, you get them. And then high five, so cup your hand, try to make the loudest noise, and I always yell at this because I think it's so hysterical, but make a loud noise, even with your voice. Whoa! Oh my goodness, that one hurt. Okay, oh, that's enough for that. And then take your fingers and start massaging the bones on the shoelace side of your feet, and you'll try to get in between them, and you'll find that there's some, a little bit of places, there's more sensitive places, and the thumbs are on the inside. The inside of your foot. Your fingers on the top. So go all the way. That's great. Now take your fingers, weave them as best you can between your toes, and as we age, unfortunately, our toes kind of decide to do their own thing. So we're always trying to keep that space for balance, between the first toe and the second. Even if the other toes decide to do some other random thing, if we have the base of the big toe and the second toe with space, that is where there's balance. That's where we can find balance. Okay, so now you got your fingers woven. I'd like you to squish, squish, squish your toes towards your fingers, and then squish your fingers towards your toes. Oh, that is so intense. And then release. All right. So now we begin. So if you need your chair, if you're feeling like you just would like to have it around, we are going to be using the seat as well. But if you want to be close, go ahead. I'm going to stand back here, and this is going to be my wall. The first thing we're going to do is spread your toes, bend your knees, stick your butt back, and lift your toes. Notice how alive they feel now that we woke them up. Press all 10 toes into the floor. And the first pose we're going to do is, it's called, what would I would say? It's a variation on tree. You're going to take your right heel and put it into the left ankle. So we're going to call it the grass pose. Yeah, that works. Bring your hands into the middle of your chest, or just lightly have your fingers on your wall. Now, pull the belly in. It's very important to keep this center. When we're going to be doing the other balances, it's going to be very important to know where is your core. And if you want to challenge yourself today, and wiggling and wobbling is the goal, then close your eyes. So the right toes are still on the floor, the entire left foot is on the floor. You can close your eyes. Or if you don't like to close your eyes, you can start to travel your eyes maybe up to the ceiling. Your hands are gently pressing. And then release the right foot. Let's do the grass pose on the other side. So left heel into that right ankle. So the knee is kind of out to the side, but some of you can't necessarily do too much of that. So you do whatever makes you feel unstable. And, forcing that movement to let the body, which is super intelligent, the body, without you thinking about it, can figure out what it should do, which muscles it needs to engage in order to be on planet Earth with its experience of gravity. So moving forward and backwards and to the side and to the other side is really good. Good compensation and noticing what our body is doing. Okay, left foot on the floor. So for this one, we're going into shrub. So you're going to put your right foot between your knee and the ankle. And I'm going to use my chair because I am starting to be a little wobbly. So we can use the chair. I just have this balance here. And when you feel like you do have balance, now pull that belly in. Bring your hands into the middle of your chest. Try to throw yourself off balance. See what your body does. Ooh, whoa, whoa. And then if you do, just be like a child, a child that falls and then laughs and comes back up. I want you to do that as well. And then, right foot comes down. Let's try the shrub pose on the other side. There. The heel, the foot going below the level of the knee. Throw yourself off. Watch how intelligent your body is. Trying to figure out, what is she doing? Why is she doing this? What kind of things are happening here? And of course, if you really feel like you've got balance tonight and you want to challenge it even more, then what you should do is close your eyes. Now, drishti, gazing point, very important. So try not to look at me wobbling everywhere. Try to look at a spot on your floor in front of you that's really a point that you can actually focus on, and you'll see that helps your balance a lot. And drop that left foot. Okay, tree pose. Here we go. If you can bring it up as high as you can, grab the ankle, flex the right toes, and now pull that belly in so you know where your pelvis is. And then look at a spot that's not moving. Or if you want to challenge yourself, start moving your weight from left to right or just slightly over. And then take your right hand past your right knee. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lean over towards that right knee. Breathing. Wobbling. Whoa! And then fall out of it just like I did. And then come to the other side. And because my pelvis isn't even, well, most people, their pelvises aren't even, you're going to see quite a difference from one side to the other. Okay, get that drishti going. Bring your hands into the middle of your chest. Experiment with this. And as much as your foot is pushing into your leg is pushing into your foot, drop your left hand past the left knee. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, fall over a little bit. There we go. There we go. Breathing. Whoa. And then challenge. Wobble a little bit. See what your body can do. Oh, fell out. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to use this chair to figure a couple of things out. So half moon pose and revolving half moon. And half moon poses are really ask a lot of the hamstrings and a lot of opening up in the hips. So if we're elevated, we can kind of get more into the half moon. So let's start with the left foot pointing towards the chair, and then bring your hand onto the seat of the chair so that you feel that your body, your torso, has lots of room. Now, I'm using both hands to stabilize, and now you're going to roll your whole body towards the long side of the right. Oh my goodness, I can't speak tonight. The right side of your mat. Now, pull your belly in, press that back leg away, and then if you can manage it, you take your right arm bone up. And remember, we're trying to challenge ourselves in balance. So if you fall out, it's really good to come right back in and figure it out. And maybe if I just really engage that back leg or micro bend the front knee, maybe I can stabilize a little bit. Head pointing, throat open, head is moving away from the back foot. Nice. And then bend the front knee and the right leg quietly comes back. Nice. So I'm going to just switch over here. I have yoga mats everywhere around here. So I'm going to just switch. We're going to do the right side, the right knee. It's going to come facing your right hand on your seat. And then you're going to open up your chest, pull the belly in, press the left leg away. Now get a drishti going. It might be that you have to look at the corner of your seat, your chair seat, and maybe your left arm is able to come up to the ceiling. Breathe, breathe. Notice how much your toes are working here. And then wobble, try to throw yourself off balance. Yeah, and then tumble out of it. Revolving. So revolving is going to be a little more complicated. So just try, I'll slow it down so that we do it. But we're going into this chair half moon thing. I'm going to take now your body is actually figuring it out. You're going to take your left hand, open up your chest, right knee to the long side, the wall, to the long side of your mat. Open up your chest even more, right arm bone up, inhaling. Spread those back toes. Now look down, rotate the front of your right hip down, your right knee towards your mat, right toes facing the floor. And you're going to look down and you're going to replace your left hand with your right hand, and then you're going to start spinning. You need to use the back of the chair to help you, looking towards the left now. Press that right heel away. Whoa, whoa. Now try to throw yourself off balance. Whoa, that's easy. And exhale, release. Oh, right foot on the floor. There should be like a blast of heat when you do this. I'm going to do the revolving exactly in this direction as well, so I won't be looking at you guys. Right hand in front, the right toes are in line, so then it's easier to go into half moon to the left side of your mat. Pull your belly in so you are holding up your heavy left leg. Left arm goes up. And then look down. Left hand comes down onto the seat. Rotate the left hip down. Press the back heel away. Left knee is facing the floor. Press the left heel away. Now left hand, where right hand was, start twisting. Press that back heel away. Yeah, right arm goes up if you can manage it, or right hand to your heart. Press that back heel away. Wobble, wobble, do it on purpose. Yay! Oh, exhale, release. That was really good. So I forgot to tell you to bring a strap, but don't worry about it if you don't have one. We're going to do a little bit of hamstring work because now we're getting a little bit warm. You're going to bring your right heel onto your chair seat, and you're going to do separate leg forward bend stretching. Spread your toes. You can grab or be on your chair seat. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Spread your right toes. Make your toes work. Bend your right knee. Right foot is still on your seat, and now we're in a kind of a lunge situation, but we feel really supported, so that really can give us some more space in front of our left hip. So you do that. Then we're going to come out again into separate leg forward bend stretching. Nice. And then bring your right foot on the floor, and let's try the left. This is a slatted seat, so it's not as comfortable probably as the one you're using. Bring your hands on either side. Micro bend your right knee. Pull your belly in, pull the hips square as you come down over your left leg. Whoa, spread your toes. Feel all the sensations. Woo! And then walk in to that left foot on your chair seat. Come into a low lunge. Oh, this should feel good. Get rid of all that stuff. And then again into separate leg forward bend stretching. So we're going to try dancer pose. Dancer pose, but holding either the seat or the top of your chair. So you'll be the one to know which one is the best for that. So come on up. So dancer pose is really a back bend on each side and a shoulder opener as well. So we can start with your hand on the top. And what you're going to do is your palm, your right elbow is bent. Palm is to the ceiling. You're going to bend your right knee, and you're going to take the inside of your foot. So it means the fingers on the shoelace side, the thumb kind of where the big toe pad is. And then you'll notice that your right shoulder is already being pulled back. And then you can bend forward. I'm going to use the seat. And then you kick your leg up as best you can. Breathe. Keep going. Every exhale, there's possibilities. Nice work. And then bring that leg carefully down. Whoa. And then just take a moment. Get to do the other side, but let's come up. So I want to start so that we know what's the support for this dancer pose. So right foot is the support. Bend your right knee. Left elbow is bent. Left palm to the ceiling. And then grab on the inside of your foot. Bend that left knee. Okay, here we go. Inhale into your heart. Exhale, kick your leg up to the ceiling, pulling your shoulder open. Yeah, keep inhaling, exhaling, go a little deeper. So we can experiment without worrying about falling out of dancer pose, which is a very complicated pose. We can experiment by using what we have in our homes, like a kitchen counter is good too, and then bring the legs down. And stand and take a moment. So we're going to move the chair, off your mat. I'm going to move it totally away. And we're going to come onto the floor. We're going to use gravity again for balancing. You're going to come onto all fours. It's going to feel really stable compared to just being on one leg. So fingers really wide, toes are tucked, so you know where your toes are. I'd like you to pull your forearms towards each other. Let's do some cat-cow so we become familiar with where our body is right now on the mat. Pull, 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 tuck the tail. Look between your knees and see if you can't see your big toes. And then tilt, 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 tilt in cow pose. Back of your head trying to get to your butt. Pull the elbows towards the knees. Really feel your fingers. Now tuck tail, pull belly in, press down and forward. Curl your back. Really put a lot of attention. Thinking, where can you find more space? And then come to neutral. Now this is where it gets really hard, where I always think I should just label my hands and my feet right and left. So we're going to look at our right hand and we're going to think of our left knee. We're going to press the left knee and the right hand into the floor, and then on an inhale, left arm bone goes forward, eyes forward, right leg goes back. Back toes of the left foot are tucked under. Look forward, breathe, wobble, straighten your right arm, breathe even more. Left hand slowly comes down, right knee comes down, sit back, shoelace side of the feet. Ooh, maybe do a nice delicious like little movement, your hips from left to right, then come back onto all fours, fingers really wide, pull your forearms towards each other. Look at your left hand, toes are tucked. Think of your right knee, your right toe. And then you're going to lift your left leg and your right arm forward, and you're going to look at it. You're going to look at your right hand. You're going to pull your belly in. Keep your left arm straight. Keep thinking of your right back toes. What are they doing? Wobbling is wonderful. And right hand comes down. And left knee comes down. Ooh, sit back. Put the palms of your hands. So we're going to balance onto another spot. A spot that if we fall from it, it's all that's happening is we'll be falling backwards. So make sure, I'm going to move myself, I don't want to fall back into the fireplace. Make sure that you have room to fall, because that's fun. So bring your legs hip width apart. And bring the left foot a little closer, and then elbows up to the side. Bring your right leg up as straight as you can. Now pull your belly in, and then elbows bent, pulling the leg closer, 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 closer to your face. Spread your right toes, look at them. For some of you, if you have the flexibility, grab your foot. That would be great. Now just feel what you need to feel. And we'll open up the other hamstring just to make sure. Whoa. Elbows out to the side. You can grab the calf, the thigh, the calf, or the foot. Just try to be even. So notice if you're leaning to one side or the other. Just rock from left to right so that you can figure that out. All right, so now we'll do the boat pose. You can grab underneath your knees or where your thighs are. Now you pull your belly in. Now there's a place where it really makes sense where you do that. It's in the sit bones, and it's best if you found that you couldn't do that, it's like your butt is behind, so you have the lumbar curve, then you pull your belly in, and then you bring these heavy legs up, and you use your strong arms, which is really your back body, to hold those heavy legs. Yeah, so we'll be here. There's a lot of work that's happening here. Keep your chest lifting, keep your breath going. If you can grab the sides of your calves, sides of the bottom part of your legs, that's great. Keep pulling the belly in. If you want to try to straighten the legs, pull your belly in. For some of you, you might be able to bring one arm, near your ear or alongside towards your legs. Both of them. Takes a lot of concentration. Now, because this is a playful practice today where we're finding all our wobbling, I'd like you to grab underneath your thighs and then rock back and forth like 5-6 times. See if you can't really, it's almost like a somersault going backwards, but you don't necessarily do that, and you don't want to hurt your neck, so it's really, you feel your back, you feel your shoulders, you're in control. And this is like the ultimate back massage. Okay, so that was the boat pose. So the next one we're going to do is a little bit more complicated, and a lot of people fall back. So the key with not hurting yourself, if you fall back, is to laugh or smile. And that is a signal for the body to be less tense. Okay? So you can grab the sides of your feet, your toes, your calf muscles, or your thighs. You can bring one leg up. It's very important to get drishti going here. Pull your belly in, the other leg up. Breathe. For those of you who know the pose that follows this, I would prefer that most of you just hang here, but if you have an advanced practice, you could simply roll and have your butt in the air and your shoulders on the floor. Now the hard thing is coming back out of it. I'm hoping Lisa tried that. Then, if you've got that, bring your legs together. Remember, you could be grabbing your calf muscle, your thighs. You're challenging your balance. You're noticing what has to happen in order that balance occurs. Bend your knees, soles of feet on the floor. Ooh, hug your legs. Nice. Okay, we're going to do some side balances. Side, I'm going to take my watch off because even a watch band will throw you off on this one. So, we've done this before in some of our live yin classes when we were together. You're going to take your legs, you're going to stack your legs on top of each other. Now you're going to take, I'm going on my left side. You're going to take your left arm underneath your body. Now, the hand, depending on how your body is, your hand is kind of close to your left thigh. Palm is hugging, but in a gentle way. Now, the head can be lifted right now, and the right hand is in front of the chest. So I'm kind of triangulating. If you need to have your head down, or with a block, I hope your blocks are handy. We'll wait a moment if they weren't handy. And then flex your toes towards your shins and pull your belly in. Now, the biggest part in our bodies, the part that has the densest, the most amount of bones, a lot of muscles, and also has some flexibility, is that hip area, waistline to the hip area. So see if you can't get that quite solid. Then you could take your head off your block if you want, and raise your right arm bone up. Remember your drishti, your gazing point. And if you fall back, who cares? Just try it again. Right arm comes up. Yeah. And then right hand is going to come back. We're going to challenge even further. Right knee coming towards your right shoulder. Right leg going up as high as you can to the ceiling. Now this is going to throw everything off. Pull your belly in. Yeah, pull your belly in. I'm concentrating so much that I can't speak. If you are able to hover your right hand off the floor, or even bring it up and grab that right leg, and go ahead and try. I'm going to try. Woo! There we go. Oh, and I fell. I hope you did too. I hope you fell a couple of times because it's fun. Let's try that other side. And remember, we just don't know until we try the other side what it's up to. I'm going to switch around. Stack your feet. Stack your legs. The legs are coming right out of your pelvis. Now pull your belly in. You really want this center area to not be moving around. And then take your right arm bone underneath your whole body. You can take a block for your head just to get organized here so that you can kind of feel what needs to happen. And you're giving your body a chance to figure stuff out. Fingers in front. So you're triangulating there. Now flex those toes. Pull your belly in. Feel like you've got control of your pelvis. And then left arm bone goes up. Breathe. The thing with the balance is that we forget to breathe, and then all of a sudden we're concentrating so much, we're holding our breath so much, and then when we breathe, our body, that's an unfamiliar thing, and all of a sudden we fall out. So we have to learn how to breathe and figure stuff, let the body figure it out. Left hand can come if you want to try moving that left leg away. Bend the left knee, bring it to your shoulder, and then bring it up as high as you can. Yeah. Your head could be hovering, and now you're going to experiment with the left hand hovering or coming and grabbing the left leg. Maybe it'll happen. Who knows? Whew. Drishti. Gazing point. Whoa. Fantastic. Come to the top of your mat. I fell out. I just thought I'd tell you in case you were wondering. Come to the top of the mat. Let's do some nice seated twists. We're going to take that right knee. We're going to bring it back a long way. I hope you're feeling warm from all the
the little muscles that we're trying to figure stuff out. And then right foot around and then into a twist. Open up your chest to the right side of your mat. And then looking forward, and then the right foot coming forward, and then take that left leg and pull it back, bend the left knee, pull it back, the left foot coming around. Just take some water. Go into your twist on the left side. Yeah. So now that we've woken everything up, I'd like to go back to the poses that we began at the beginning, which were the variations on tree. So come to the top of your mat. And this time I'm going to challenge you to not, unless you really feel like you need it or you have no balance tonight or during this practice, try to see if you can know the wall is there, but that you don't need it. So bend your knees, drishti, get your breath going, bring your foot up as high as you'd like, or as high as, is good for your knee, and bring your hands into the middle of your chest and breathe. And then notice this intelligent, so intelligence, the genius of your body figuring this out. Because this is not something you do during your day. Well, maybe we should. And if it's in your practice to bring your arms up and overhead, then go ahead and do it. And if it's in your practice to lift your gaze continually up the wall to the wall-ceiling intersection, to along the ceiling, to along where your fingertips are, then go ahead. If you fall out, who cares? Let's try. I just fell out. Let's try the other side. Lift your right toes. Bend your right knee so you know your right leg is working for you. Press the toes back into the floor. Bring the foot up to wherever it works for you, for your tree. And your hands into the middle of your chest if you're able. Or just have this sense, if you're near a wall, it's just like you just hover your fingers away so that you know the wall is there, but you don't necessarily need to be leaning against it. Your throat is nice and open. If it's in your practice, bring your arm bones up and overhead. And then begin to challenge this. Begin to challenge it a lot. What happens if you start to move the weight away from the 4 points in your foot? Become just a master of what your foot is having to do. All of the little adjustments. Make sure you're breathing. And then for those of you who have your hands up in the air, bring your thumbs to your heart, and then bring your leg down. Yay, fantastic. Okay, so we're getting ready for supported bridge pose and shavasana. So if you need your blankie or anything else nearby, then go ahead and get it. You can use your blocks for your bridge pose. Feet are hip width apart. Bring your arms up. Nice work, people. Tuck the tail. Pull belly in. Balance work is humbling. Ooh, it's the most humbling in the yoga practice. Because every time we come to the mat to practice balance work, we have no idea what our bodies are going to do. So we have to be just so patient, so humble, non-judgy. Head on the floor. Bring your block. Fingers toes really spread. Pull the feet towards your head. Inhale, your hips come up. Exhale, you figure out what is the height of your block today. And then maybe you have to move your head a little bit away. You can bring your arm bones up and overhead, palms open to the ceiling. Doing any of those balance poses is the fastest way to get into your body, to get into your breath, to practice having a sense of humor, like, oh, look at that, oh, shrub pose, wow. And when we practice all of those and we have this kind of, playfulness around it, it's just a joy. So inhaling from your pelvis all the way up to the base of your throat so you can really feel that breath. Inhaling, exhaling. We're going to try one more little balance thing here. Bring your feet kind of closer together and a little closer to your butt. Now press the right foot into the floor and bring the left leg up. Try to straighten the left leg. Notice that this is throwing you off balance as well. And then bend your left knee. Left foot comes onto the floor. Press through the left foot. Right leg becomes light and it can come up to the ceiling. Breathe. Breathe. Notice all the adjustments. Pay attention to how your body is adjusting. Bend your right knee. Right foot on the floor. Inhale into your chest, into your heart. Exhale, bring your arms, 90-degree arms, alongside your body. Fingers to the ceiling. Exhale, get a little heavy. Then inhale again into your chest, and then just remove the block, whatever height it is, move it to the side. Now tuck the tail, pubic bone to sternum. Move your elbows out to the side so you have plenty of room for the back of your heart. Pull, pull, pull with those feet. Bring everything into the central channel. Yeah. And then go as slow as you can. And you get the reward at the end. Oh, shift the weight of your hips forward. Allow your knees to tent. And then just chill. Back of your heart spreading out. Everything responding to gravity. Gravity was your friend during this sequence, during this practice. For those of you who need to get your blankies and your shavasana music set up, just roll over to one side. Use bent elbows, fingertips. Come on up. Get your music organized and get your situation all cozy. I have a beautiful candle tonight. So get your music going. Make sure that you take up all the space you need. You like your hips, your armpits, your neck. And then the palms open to the ceiling. Let's practice a breath retention because that's good medicine. Take a big inhale. Hold it. Smile. Relax your skin. And exhale, let everything go. And if you feel like you still have a little bit more stuff to let go, then you do another breath retention. You give yourself that little gift. This is precious time that you've taken to come to the mat. Make sure that you are paying attention to how your body is reacting to gravity. All of the light switches you turned on in your nervous system today. in this practice. Make sure that you use this time for yourself to let go. Begin moving your left hand and your left fingers so that you can feel them. And then let your left hand be still. And move your right fingers and your right hand so you can feel it. And then let that be still. And wiggle both sets of toes. Rotate your ankles in one direction. Your feet that did such good work for you. And your ankles. Wiggle them and then allow them to relax. Bring one knee and the other knee into your chest. Curl yourself up into a tight ball. Oh my goodness, that feels good. Bring your chin or your forehead towards your knees. Now inhale so you feel your back body lift off of the floor a little bit more from the air in your lungs. And then exhale, soften the belly and hug even more. Allow your head to come back down to the floor, your feet on the floor. Roll over to whatever side works for you. Use your arm as a pillow. Keep your eyes nice and closed, relaxed. And letting gravity take you. Heavy legs. Heavy torso, heavy arms, heavy eyebrows. Begin easy breathing, so you're bringing breath back into the body. Then notice your calmer, more peaceful body. And then notice your calmer, more peaceful mind. This beautiful breath. The temperature in the room, how your clothing feels on your skin, the whole picture. Come here when you need it the most. Use your fingertips, bent elbows, push yourself up to seated. Let's share a grounding breath. Cross your legs. I'm going to sit up on a block for this. It's just seems nicer. Allow your knees to relax and rub your legs awake. Bring your hands into the middle of your chest. Now I'd like you to move your hands away from each other, just like a millimeter, but you can still feel the heat of the right hand towards the left and the left towards the right. And then bring them softly towards each other, feeling the left hand separately from the right hand, and then both hands together. Now take a big inhale. Let that air circulate into your body. Imagine it swirling into all the corners, picking up heat. And then when you exhale, humble your brain to your heart. Feel the warm air past your fingers. This is the perfect moment to practice gratitude. Thank you so much, Zoomers and YouTubers, for joining me. It means the world to me. Namaste.